Good morning, Pineview Patriots. Today is a terrific traveling Tuesday, September 28th.
Patriots, have you figured out the pattern in Mrs. Greco's travels yet? Did you guess where she was last week? Here she is for another episode of Where in the World is Mrs. Greco?
Hey Patriots, Miss Greco here for another episode of Where in the World is Miss Greco. Last week, many of you were able to figure out that I was located in the country of China. Now, I'm curious to see how many of you used Mrs. Chow as your source, because she is an expert for sure. Now, for this week, I am staying stateside again, and we are traveling to a state in the upper Midwest. So for this week, you're guessing a state, not a city, not a country. You're guessing a state. This state is the 30th state that was added to the United States. And we actually got this state from the country of France. France originally owned this state, and the United States purchased it from France. Like I stated, this state is located in the upper Midwest. So it's the middle of the country, north. The first kindergarten class and the first ever ice cream sundae were served here. How crazy is that? The very first kindergarten class ever happened here in this state, and the first ice cream sundae. So two really awesome firsts for one state. That's pretty cool. This state is nicknamed America's Dairyland, and it's also nicknamed the Cheese State, which is something I'm a personal fan of, right, Miss Harris? And lastly, this state has more than 15,000 lakes and over 13,000 miles of streams and rivers. So let me just say that to you one more time. One state here in the United States has over 15,000 lakes and over 13,000 miles of streams and rivers. That's a whole lot of water for one state. So let me recap my clues to see if you can figure out where I'm located. I'm located in the upper Midwest of the United States. This state is the 30th state to be added to the United States, and it was purchased from the country of France. The first ever kindergarten class was held in this state, as well as the first ever ice cream sundae was served in this state. This state has two nicknames, America's Dairyland, as well as a cheese state. Some of you who are football fans might be able to figure this out too. And this state is home to more than 15,000 lakes and over 13,000 miles of streams and rivers. All right, Patriots, you know what you need to do. You need to use my clues and a source to figure out where I'm located and let me know where you think I am. Continue to send me your suggestions of where you think I should travel. Have a great day, Patriots.
Thank you, Miss Greco. Don't forget to tell Miss Greco your guess through email, note, or tell her yourself if you see her in the hallways.
This week is Celebrate Freedom Week. Check out.
Hey, it's great to have you with us. We are really happy you're watching this right now because we are going to learn about a very special document in this video called the Declaration of Independence. Even though it was first signed on July 4th, 1776, that was a long time ago, it is still with us today. The original Declaration of Independence is kept in this building, a building called the National Archives Museum, the same place the original Constitution and Bill of Rights are kept. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We want to give you the full story of the Declaration of Independence so you can see why it is so special. We mentioned that the Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776. To understand the Declaration of Independence, we have to know what was going on at that time. Back then, the country of Great Britain had 13 colonies in America. The 13 colonies were upset at Great Britain because they felt they were unfairly treated. One thing led to another, and the 13 colonies went to war with Great Britain in a war called the Revolutionary War. A year into the war, the 13 colonies made the decision to officially declare their freedom from Great Britain. So they got help from this guy, a gentleman named Thomas Jefferson. Have you heard of him? Thomas Jefferson was the main author of the Declaration of Independence, and it was his job to put to words exactly why they were declaring independence. And that's what the Declaration of Independence does. The Declaration of Independence explains why the 13 colonies were forming a new country, the United States of America. Then the big day came. On July 4th, 1776, Congress voted for the Declaration of Independence. The date was written on the Declaration of Independence, and even though it was not signed by everyone right away, it became official that day. So the Declaration of Independence was signed, but it wasn't signed all at once, not at one time. And this is interesting, 56 people signed the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration did exactly what it was supposed to do. It announced a new nation, the United States of America, and why the 13 colonies believed it was necessary to leave Great Britain. But it also stands as one of the most incredible historical documents of all time. Listen to these famous words from the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thanks for learning about the Declaration of Independence with us, the document that started the United States of America.
We are also going to recite the Declaration of Independence each day on the news. Today, you are going to echo some of our patriots to help us learn the words.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. That all men are created equal. That they are endowed by their Creator. With certain unalienable rights. That among these are life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. To secure these rights. Governments are instituted among men. Deriving their just powers. From the consent of the governed.
It is so great learning about the history of how our country came to be.
We have patriots celebrating birthdays today. Happy birthday to Aubrey D. in Miss Galbiotti's class and Brody S. in Miss Martin's class. Happy birthday!
Let's talk lunches. PB&J to-go box, Bean Machine combo of fish nuggets and goldfish crackers. Virtual food choices are garden side salad, baked beans, flavored raisins, applesauce, or juice. Don't forget to choose your milk and get those utensils.
Today is the first day of Girls on the Run. Teachers, please send your Girls on the Run team members to the hub at 3:50. Miss Harris will be waiting for them there.
It's that time again. Patriots, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and our patriotic song this week. You're a grand old flag.
Then please be seated for a moment of silence. I hope you have a terrific Tuesday today, Patriots. We will see you back here tomorrow.
And remember, we are living the questions
By feeding our passions.
and exploring our wonders.
Bye.
Hold on. With certain
certain
unalienable rights.
unalienable rights. With certain
Unalienable rights.
unalienable rights
They are endowed
that they are endowed
by their Creator.
by their Creator.
Be self-evident.
We hold these truths to be self-evident
The governed.
to the consent of the governed.